Hello, friends. Good evening from the office, from my office. Just checking in. I was sitting here working on my planner and checking things off from today and looking at tomorrow and saying, holy magoli about tomorrow. I'm going to try to head to bed here a little bit early tonight. So I wanted to check in and talk to you guys about something new that I've been reading on, and it's actually not that new. So I've been reading a lot of articles and trying to watch some YouTube videos, although I'm not seeing a lot of YouTube videos geared specifically to kind of like my situation, which I'll explain in just a second. But I've been looking into calorie cycling, and it's really funny. I read an article on Healthline. I will post it down below after I post the video. That's evidence-based. Of course, you guys know I love studies and things like that, talking about calorie cycling. Good evening, friends. How are you guys? So, what is calorie cycling and why are people saying it's new? And is it just another name of something that we're already doing? So back in the day, back when I was on old Weight Watchers plans, to be more specific, 1, 2, 3 Success, Momentum, Weight Watchers, I believe it was called Flex, Turnaround, and those types of plans, we used to have a lot of message boards, which I've referenced before. And one thing that we would talk about at times is if we got stuck in a plateau, or if we had been losing really well at first and then it seemed like we weren't losing at all, we would sort of pass around something called the Wendy plan. I'm going to drink some water. Hold on one second. Okay, so the Wendy plan was basically taking all of your daily points and all of your weekly points and adding them all up, not your activity points, your dailies and your weeklies, and then dividing them throughout the week with varying high and low days. So the idea being maybe if you had 30 dailies and 35 weeklies, some days you would have 40, you'd spend 40 points on stuff. Some days maybe you would have 28. And you would sort of cycle that. And we always said it would like shake things up or jolt your body back into losing. Like we didn't really use a lot of jargon or really, I mean, it wasn't like we were referencing studies or anything back in 1997 or 1999 or whenever I was doing those plans, 2004. We were just saying, hey, here's the Wendy plan and here's how it works and try it out for a couple weeks and see if it doesn't shake things up for you. And more times than not, it did. Something about eating the exact same amount of points or calories or the exact foods over and over again tends to sort of stall things out, and it kind of messes with your metabolism, from what I understand. And I'm not an expert. I'm just learning more about the science behind this. So people have started talking about calorie cycling, which is the same concept. You have all your calories for the week and you get to combine them into one lump sum. And then you cycle them. So on one day, like for me, I have 1,700 calories a day. One day I may eat 1,200. The next day I might eat 2,000. The point being that you have a deficit at the end of the week, just like you would have a deficit when you were doing points. It's all a calorie deficit. You see what I'm saying? But the idea is that on the days that you are more active, those would be the days that you would have more calories. And for whatever reason, this seems to work well on the metabolism, and it kind of revs the metabolism up, especially for those of us that are trying to undo maybe dieting of the past, really restrictive dieting and that sort of thing. What I'm reading is that eating at the higher calorie range is actually better for your metabolism in the long run. And this is a way to sort of stoke the fires. So if you look on YouTube and you look up calorie cycling, what you're going to find are kind of a lot of like bodybuilders and people that are really trying to like lose fat, which is what we're doing as well. But these are the majority of videos that I found anyway are kind of the bodybuilder type or like Mud Hustler and that group. I haven't seen a lot of like middle-aged women talking about calorie cycling, and maybe you guys have and could share links with me or other podcasts, that sort of thing. I'm at the beginning stages of checking this out. So I think that there is something definitely to be investigated in that, especially now that we're at the end of January. And it doesn't really matter what kind of plan you're on, because apparently calorie cycling works with everything that anyone's doing, including keto, low carb plans, Weight Watcher plans, any kind of plan that you're doing. The whole point in those plans, they all work when you have a calorie deficit. And apparently calorie cycling works with those plans as well. So at the end of January, we've been doing this for about 4 weeks. And sometimes people start to see, oh, I'm not really losing, or I gained, or whatever. We've been really restrictive maybe for 4 weeks because we just restarted or rebooted our plans. So this would be a good time to really look at your calories. Are you eating the same thing every day? What types of foods are you eating? And are you varying your calories throughout the week? If you're sticking to one set number every day, from what I'm reading, sometimes that can be detrimental in terms of weight loss. And then also it can slow your metabolism down. So I'm really interested in your feedback on this. I'm sure a lot of you guys have knowledge or experience that we haven't talked about here on my channel. I know I've not talked about calorie cycling. I have talked about the Wendy plan, which has been around forever. And it's funny because there are Weight Watcher people that have reiterations of it. And it's like, no, this has been around forever, forever. So Sandy says, I was making the same comparison with the Wendy plan and looking into that. I haven't tried it yet, but really consider trying it. And Sandy, yes, I know. It's funny because the Healthline article that I read that had a lot of studies and interesting information, it was talking about how this is sort of a newer approach. And if you Google calorie cycling, there's a lot of that sort of verbiage that it's a newer idea. But really, I think it's been around a while. We just haven't really put a name to it so that people could write books and market it and market their websites and whatever else, market their health coaching. And I think it's just been around, and like we old school girls knew that you could kind of mess with your points or your calories like this, and it would jolt you out of a slump. Sandy, yes, it's probably just a new label. Lori says, I did the Wendy plan like 2 years ago and it was good. Right. And I think like rule of thumb used to be start off on the plan. And then when you get to a point where you need to shake things up, implement the Wendy plan. You guys can still look the Wendy plan up. It's WENDIE plan, PLAN. You can Google that. And there are calculators out there. So let's say you're doing a pointed plan, you're on iTrackBites or you're on Weight Watchers, and you want to put in your points. It will tell you exactly how to vary your points throughout the week. Like how many you can put the day that you want to have the highest points. Maybe every Friday night you have a date night and you eat Mexican food. So that's the day that you want to have your high points. And you want your low points on like a Wednesday night or whatever. It will do that for you. So I have not found a calorie cycling calculator. I have been looking where you can plug in your calories and it will do that for you. If you know of one, please share it. I would love to pick y'all's brains as well. Lou says, my day was a bust, bad choices abound, and tomorrow is another day. It is a new day tomorrow. I love new days. We are still in a tracking challenge for the month. So I believe at the beginning of the month, I challenged you all to track every day this month. At the end of the month, I'm going to ask you for some feedback and see how you did. and answer a few questions. And then I will have a little giveaway for you guys, including this. I should have brought it over here. Hold on. This is typical Amy. I picked up this journal to give away along with a couple other goodies. This is the Today is the Day 90-day food and fitness journal. You could use it pretty much with anything. And I just thought it was cute. You can record your sleeping, your eating, your exercise, your water intake, how many ounces, if you had an awesome day, or if like Lou, I can do better, right, Lou? Snacks over here. I love it. There's a separate snack area. So I'll be giving this away along with another couple little fun things, little treats at the end of the month. For those of you, we're going to go by the honor system. If you said you tracked honestly, I'll give you a few other questions to answer, and I'll randomly select somebody and mail that out. So Lou says, nice journal. I've gone down the Bujo rabbit hole. Mercy me. What's Bujo, Lou? I don't even know what that is. Hi, Ann, Mitch. Hi, Tracy, Russell, and Stephanie, Joe, and Vicky, and Barb, and Brenda, and Rosie, and Joe Collins. How are you guys doing? If you like this type of video where we're just chit-chatting about something Amy found on the internet, give me a thumbs up on the video. That always helps me to know kind of like what you guys are into, what you like, if you like chit-chats and check-ins. I'm doing well. I think I told you all that I injured my back. I probably did. I don't mean to complain about it. But I'm having to go. I went again today to the doctor. So I'm doing a couple of visits a week. And I feel like yesterday I had 2,500 calories. 2,500 calories. And it was just munching because I've been hurting. I have been trying not to take as many NSAIDs, which are Tylenol, Motrin, Aleve, that sort of thing. And because I was endematous from it, in other words, I was puffy from it and retaining some water. So the last 3 days, I tried not to take as many things like that. And I've really been hurting, and I was eating last night. So we corrected that today. And this is actually the last little bit of water I have today for my water challenge. I'm still off Diet Coke. This is day 25 of no Diet Coke. I'm killing it with that. We even went and got salads tonight, and I didn't get a diet soda to take with us. I got an unsweetened iced tea, so I feel like I'm doing really well with that goal. And in my planner, I have my February blank right now for goals, and it says, be consistent to see a change happen. I think that's such a good reminder. I found this sticker, be consistent to see a change happen. So I'm going to try to sit down and really think about this week, you know, what do I want for myself in February? Not just with my weight loss or whatever, but just in general. I really want to step away from, you know, some of the negativity online. I love my social media platforms because I have all these positive friends and things. And there's some negative things like the news and that sort of thing that I just want to step back from. Things I don't have control over, just in terms of mental health. And then some things I want to do in terms of relationships and just taking care of myself. My doctor put me on a 3-week rest from walking. And today it was absolutely glorious outside. It was 70 degrees. It was my favorite type of walking. And I don't ever remember missing walking the way that I missed it today. And I think it's because it was taken away from me. And what a good reminder of the fact that I have the capability now to walk, and that at any moment we can lose that in our lives, and to really go and do those things and be thankful that we have movement in our bodies if we're still in that place, that we have good weather, that we're able to, you know, go out and take care of ourselves and be in the sunshine. I think it was a really good sort of wake up call to me this evening to not be able to go walking. I think that's a real reality check. So February is a brand new month that's coming up, you guys. What do you want for yourselves? And I'm talking like holistically. Where do you see yourself in February? We're always like looking towards our, when I'm going to get to goal. Where do you see yourself in February? What about the relationships in your life? What are you doing for work? What are you doing in terms of kindness? What things do you need to do on your home? How do you need to take care of your health? Do you need any appointments like self-care, PCP appointments? Do you need a mammogram? Do you need to go to the gynecologist? You know what I mean? Like this last year, I think a lot of us put those things off. I need a haircut, like an actual haircut. So my husband trimmed my hair for me last time, which was really great of him, but it needs like help. So what are the things? Make a list. Let's talk about February and what kind of hope and possibility do we see in February, and how can we be consistent in February? I would like to hear your feedback on that. All right, guys, stay in orbit. Let me know how you're doing out there. And Sandy says she's cutting back on diet soda. Lou, I'm getting ready for Lent as well. In fact, ours starts in March, right? Middle of March. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge. So I would love to hear from those of you that celebrate that. Thank you, Anne. I just want to get some layers or something. It's just, when it's curly, it doesn't look right. So, but thank you. God bless you for saying that. All right. Thanks, Lou. Thank you. Sandy says a bullet journal. Oh, I love bullet journals. Oh, Bujo Rabbit Hole. That's a bullet journal? What? I don't know what in the world are you guys talking about? Why am I not in on this? Catherine Lovell says, it helps to keep the metabolism moving. I need to confuse mine. Catherine, I love that comment. Girl, I am with you. I was very restrictive for a couple months, and I definitely noticed it when I started back with calorie counting. Okay, Lou, I'm not going to Google bullet journaling. I feel like my credit card would be hurting if I went that direction, my debit card. So stay in orbit. I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. Bye.